bulldogs, guillotines, and knockdowns. And my friend CM Punk. You guys, we have so much to talk about. What's up, you guys? Henry Gracie here, Gracie Academy, joined by my brother from another mother, Mike Safai. He is essentially the fitness guru slash motivator to my brothers and I, and to a lot of the students here at the Gracie Academy. He's also a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, so he knows how to apply his strength in very choke-driven ways. Okay, and his chokes are dangerous, you guys. So I called Mike in today. And Mike, for those who don't know, when I have a lot of Gracie breakdowns, and a lot of times I'm out of town or I'm traveling and I'm not watching the fights, Mike is the one texting me saying, Henry, yo, you gotta break this down. Henry, this has to be broken down. Henry, this has to be broken down. Henry, look at this little video clip of the fight. So he's always keeping me in the loop, inspiring a lot of breakdowns, and I thought it'd be cool to have him in here today to talk about some of these controversial moments of this event.
Thank you, I love being here.
For sure. So, of course, some of you guys know I was there this weekend, UFC 181 with my friend and student, training partner, Brendan Schaub. Things didn't go according to plan for Schaub this time. Super tough opponent in Travis Brown. He prepared diligently, and he went in there, had the game plan, got the takedown early, but got caught with a nice uppercut on the in the first round. Dropped him. He never fully recovered, and Travis ended up on top, half guard mount. Eventually took the back and was able to control the position. And there was very short time, like 20 seconds left, 15, 10 seconds left. He was covering up from belly down, but the ref, didn't want to let it go. I was like, let it go, so we can get into the round, rest, recover, and get back in there. But his hands were protecting, and too many shots that were uncontested, so to speak. Besides the hands protecting the side of the head, I thought he was okay. Schaub said he was okay, but the ref didn't think so, and we have to respect his decision. So didn't swing our way, but back to the drawing board, back to training, and he'll be back in the gym next week. Cool. I think this was the first card in UFC history, and I'm not like a historian or anything, that there were 2 bulldog chokes in the same night. Okay. Now a lot of people didn't see these because they were on the prelims on Fox Sports 1. They were both on free TV. Yeah. But and a lot of people did see them. The first one was Raquel Pennington, which was kind of controversial.
Very controversial. My opinion.
Did she get submitted?
No.
Dang, let's demonstrate why. And a lot of people are going to think you're crazy. So what happened is after a crazy first round, the whole first round, it looked like Ashley was taking her down, was on top for most of the fight. And then Raquel switched it, did a double A against the cage. They landed like this. Boom, she drops it beautifully. As Ashley gets back up, Raquel stands up, which is very common to end up kind of in the rear clinch after the stand-up. And at this point, Raquel comes around and she shoots the right arm around Ashley's neck. No hooks, no nothing. Just wraps the neck and starts locking her hands. And she's squeezing, almost like pulling her back like this. And at this point, of course, Ashley's like, okay, she doesn't have the hook, she doesn't have control, but it's tight, so I need to start turning in. When she tried to turn in face right here, basically it started to get tight. She goes to her knees, tight, tight, tight. She starts to lay out right here. The whole time, Raquel's squeezing it 100%. And at this point, the bell rings. When the bell rings, as soon as the bell rings, within a second, the ref puts his hands on the ladies and they let go. Okay, now, Ashley is unconscious on the floor. But if you ask my friend Mike, did she get submitted?
No, she didn't.
But all of you think you're crazy right now.
Yes.
Because she got submitted. Explain your science behind submitted or not.
By definition, submitting means giving up.
And to submit, the verb means okay, I say uncle, I tap out, I submitted to you based on a technique that was designed to make me submit.
Exactly. And so with the rules being that there are 5 rounds, when somebody hears 10 seconds left, you always see fighters either go for it, they put themselves in a more dangerous situation because they feel that they can ride out 10 seconds. And in my opinion, that's what I thought Ashley did. And if you look at the tape, you can see that when she went to sleep, the round was already over.
Well, that's subjective. What we know for sure is when the ref said the fight was over, was after the bell rang.
Yes.
Now, whether she was unconscious before or after, you can look in the video and say, no, she kind of flopped a little soon. But at the end of the day, how many times we see a fight where someone gets clipped, they get dropped, they're totally zoned out, and if it was the middle of the round, the ref would have stopped it. But because the last 10 seconds and the round ends, this guy's seeing stars, and they get a minute to recover in their corner. They come back and they win the fight.
Many times.
Many times. So I guess Mike's point, and I see it both ways, but Mike's point is, shouldn't she have been given a 1 minute in her bench in the corner to recover, even though she was unconscious? No doubt about that. Even though she was unconscious, should she have been given a minute to sit in the bench, relax, see if she can gather her wits there and get back in for the second round? Because the ref only intervened after the bell rang. Now, it was so dramatic. And in the moment that no one even mentioned this, no one talked about it, but just, it happened all so quick. And in my opinion, street fight, there's no time limit, there's no bell, there's no ref. You get choked out, you're done. So in that case, Ashley lost the fight. But this is not a street fight. This is MMA. This is a very specific set of rules. And if the bell rings before the ref touches, what does that mean? The round is over.
Exactly.
The ref did not stop and then the bell. The bell stopped and then the ref, which means the ref said, okay, break, fight, round's over. But then he saw she was passed out, so the fight was over.
Yeah.
Interesting, bro. But back to your definition of submission.
Yeah, we all know these people in our academy that don't tap.
Right.
And so, like, you can look at historical matches with HG Gracie and Jacare. When he
Jiu-jitsu matches.
Yeah, when he got
arm
his arm
broken.
Right? The submission was fulfilled, meaning the intention of the damage
Of the
was
technique,
fulfilled.
yes. Broke his arm.
If you're going to call going to sleep a submission, then so would an arm break.
Right.
And so
So they didn't submit if they didn't tap, you're saying?
Yes,
By
they
definition.
never waved the flag.
Which, and so are you saying people should go to their jiu-jitsu schools and not wave the flag?
Absolutely not. I will wave the flag.
You waved the flag early.
But if there's 10 seconds left in a fight, my first pro fight, I'll wait 10 seconds to take that chance, which is what I think happened.
Dang, you guys, this is deep. See why I brought Mike to these discussions, bro? And don't even start talking about other areas of life with this guy, bro. He has all the logic in the world. Hit him up on Facebook, you guys. Yeah. Another bulldog choke. So Uriah comes in. It's the final. It's the main event of the undercard or the prelims. And there's a situation where it's kind of controversial. So he throws. I'm not sure if it was a jab or a cross, but Francisco Rivera gets eye gouged, and it was acknowledged. And I think Uriah accepted it. Everyone acknowledged it after the fight. It's just part of the game. Boom. He goes down. He backs up. The ref doesn't even know what's happening. He steps in right here. Boom. And he's just boom. He's hit against the cage. Boom. Boom, and then he wraps his arm around the neck right here. And Francisco, afraid of these punches, turns his face a little this way, and he gets locked. And once Uriah locks his hands right here, it's virtually impossible for your chin to get back facing and turn in quick. Yes, where your head would be safe. Because the bulldog is just a glorified headlock, am I right?
Yeah.
It's all it is, a headlock facing in, this is useless. Headlock facing out, this is deadly right here. This is game over. So that's all a bulldog choke is, from any position, standing, ground, whatever. We saw Raquel do it. So the point is he landed here with Francisco. He's squeezing, standing right here, a kneeling position. He had to tap, had to respect it. So what do you think about the eye gouge? I mean, you can't obviously veto this. The ref didn't stop the fight. And man, it's tough. It's tough to call this one.
But what I do give Uriah favorite credit for is that even though the circumstance of the eye gouge was a possibility as to why he went against the gate, he still didn't rush him and get impatient. He actually took his time, he inserted his leg, and he applied the choke slowly.
He was creeping his way in, found it, boom. Yeah, it's tough, you know. And obviously everyone who watched the fight, including the UFC brass, everybody, the commentators realized that. So the question is whether or not, Francisco, because he was doing very good up until that point. He was fighting very well, very competitive, first round. So the question is whether or not, it's actually going to be given a chance to, redeem himself from a loss that almost, some people are going to say, I wasn't official, didn't count. So as long as everybody knows that's what went down, I think they're going to give him credit for it. It's all good.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Anthony Pettis defeats Gilbert Melendez in a guillotine choke. Gilbert Melendez has never been submitted or stopped in his professional MMA career. And he's good, he's very good. Trains with the guys up north. And man, he got guillotine choked by Pettis. Yeah. Everyone was shocked when Pettis submitted Benson Henderson. Everyone was like, oh my God, submission, Benson, unsubmittable. Well, people thought the same thing about Gilbert Melendez. And you have to give credit where credit is due. And Melendez was doing good the first round, pressure, takedown fighting, the perfect fight against Pettis, smothering him against the cage, always maintaining that close smothering distance, got a couple takedowns. So he won the first round, came in, followed the same exact strategy. But it's crazy is that, we've said this before with breakdowns with heat on, it's like a technique or an encounter or a moment lost for a white or blue belt is a moment gained for a purple, brown, or black belt. You see, so every time, the whole first round, he's just calibrating how Gilbert's fighting, and he say, okay, he's shooting low, he's going for the single, he's switching to the double, boom, 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 against the cage. And in his mind, what's he thinking? Possible guillotines. And then finally, round two comes in, shoots low for the single, boom, there's the neck. So the point is, he wasn't being defeated in those first round encounters. He was just taking research, taking notes, and identifying where the opportunity was. And man, it was a snappy guillotine. because of how quick he caught it and jumped the legs.
Yes.
Because if you catch a guillotine on Gil's neck and your legs don't get in the party immediately, he'll pass to the safe side, as we've shown so many times in previous breakdowns. If you don't jump right away, you give him time to work. But check it out. So it's almost like, so Gil shot for the low, single right here, he drove down. Anthony's knee slipped out, Gil's head switched to the outside. Right away, he wrapped and he jumped, boom, he jumped full guard with the guillotine. It was a pure neck guillotine. There was no arm in. Now, just to be noted here, his hands were very shallow. All we're doing here is placing the blade on the trachea, supporting with the other hand grabbing here on the hypothenar eminence with the 3 fingers and the index finger here at the joint on the ulna bone, at the base of the ulna. So at this point, he's placing that right in the trachea, controlling, and it's putting great pressure right here. Gil's feeling it so much so that he took this arm and he swam in the hole to make it an arm-in guillotine, hoping that that would alleviate some of the pressure, but it didn't. Pettis' armpit pressure and blade pressure was so sufficient that he's ready to tap right here. As a last-ditch effort to kind of survive the situation, Gil pushes up and flops back this way. What he hoped to do was go by himself and Anthony's legs stay, go. And he get out and go to his knees and come on up and get the side control. That's what he hoped. Problem is Anthony's pressure was so early, so tight, that he barely had time. Number 2 is that Anthony's high guard was so sufficient that when Gilbert flopped, Anthony went with him. So it was 1-2, the arm was in, he had great pressure, really high guard, so when he flopped, go, 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 he just went right up. And here he's already feeling the pressure. You can notice that literally within 1/2 a second as Anthony flips on top, Gil's already tapping, which means what? He didn't tap from the mounted choke. He tapped from the accumulation of pressure.
Intensified it.
Over time, yeah, it was like building up 5, 6, 7 seconds. 8, he mounts, it's over. Tap right away. So what are your thoughts on this whole process and what do you like to do in this situation?
First of all, I love the guillotine because it's something that everyone can use no matter what level they're at.
Everyone exposes themselves for it. Every time you go for something, you expose yourself for it. It's tough.
It's a great way to control the body. What I like to do is to roll to the side and pull my legs out.
Yeah, the tricky part is, this kind of butt flop, like kind of escape that we do where we slide their legs down our hips is only possible if you have your hands free. If it's an arm-in guillotine, it's much harder, and that's what Gil created when he put his hand in the pocket, hoping to alleviate the pressure. So it's kind of like either your arms go to alleviate neck pressure or screw the neck, the arms go low for the hopeful slip of the hips, So watch one time how we do it. So from here, boom, boom, they get this leg out. So if he's gonna go back up to the tripod real high. Both hands come to the thighs, knee area, push my legs straight down. His hips slip out, and then he flops. Now it's different because I can't mount at this point. And if I can't mount, he can get up, and he can go for my neck and wrap here. Boom. So the point being, you have to get your hips out before you flop, because if you flop and my legs are still trapping, there's a good chance that I'm going to try to follow up and get on top of the situation. Oh, man, it's so tough.
Some people rely on the durability of their neck to withstand discomfort, and that's it can be deceiving because as Henner showed, as I was being rolled in the choke that Pettis had on Gilbert, it was accumulative, but it also intensified it because to roll and to stay attached, you need to use his head as leverage.
You're hanging onto his neck, so it's more pressure than just being in the guard.
Which I really felt, which is why I think he tapped as fast as he did.
Right. You guys, there's one other thing that I do a lot of times in these guillotines lately, and when someone wraps the neck, and that's just to understand the nature of the grips, especially the type of grip that Pettis was using, which was a shallower grip. It wasn't like a full, deep, rear naked choke, elbow under the chin. It was just a shallow, 1-2 grip right here. So, turn this to the camera. Right here, Mike is grabbing his own hand. Let's show them just the grip. Like that. It's a monkey grip on his hypothenar eminence right there. So, at the end of the day, this is not the tightest configuration.
It's just the most convenient.
It's just a quick hook to pull. Yeah. So if you understand the nature of this grip right here, a lot of times when I'm here, I'll come in and I'll find the 4 fingertips right here. Hold tighter.
Yeah.
You don't like that. And then I go. So let's do it from the guard so they can see it once. Here, quick pull. Boom, boom. He jumps. He falls. So if we get right here, I understand Mike's grip because I do the guillotine, so I know. So right now he's grabbing his own kind of palm of his hand right there. So if I can come in here and find with my hand the 4 fingertips, just the very tips of the fingers that are hooking onto his hypothenar eminence, which is the muscle mass here outside of his palm, grab it a little tighter. So if I can find those 4 fingertips and I can kind of dismantle that, now I grab these 4, go choke again, and I do this. Now I'm safe. Lock it up.
Yeah, there's no way it doesn't feel
good. And then my chin comes in. So my point is, you can fight low, or you can fight high, or you can fight like Gilbert did in the armpit here. There's many directions. The problem is, if you go for the wrong one, there's no chance to come back and reroute because 6 seconds are up.
Some people will never let go.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so major. So congratulations. Now, what was your most memorable / controversial moment of the entire evening?
It would have to be the Josh Salmon Eddie Gordon fight.
Tell me about it.
Well, I love the UFC. I think they represent the best fighters in the world, and I understand that it is a fighting entertainment type show. However, what I saw was Eddie Gordon. I feel he was winning the fight, and I feel like the refs stopped the fight to stand them up in a position where Eddie Gordon was more dominant, and then within a few seconds he's knocked out.
Yeah, it was very controversial because here you have Eddie took him down, ground and pound in the guard, passed to the half guard. They're close to the fence, so it was a situation like this where he was kind of half like this, and Josh was kind of sitting up against the cage right here, but it was half guard, and like he was hitting, he was doing whatever, laying here, controlling the position. And half guard is half guard. I'm halfway to side control, and then I'm halfway to the mount. I'm like, I'm right here about to win this fight. It's very hard to get here. Because of a couple boos in the crowd, the ref lets it go, okay, you guys stand up. So they stand him up, and then Josh, 1, 2, boom, head kick, and drops Eddie Gordon, knocks him out, cold. And after Eddie's winning the entire fight, ground control, positional dominance, takedowns, and he loses the fight. So Mike was like, man, Henner, this is a perfect example of how the stand-up it's crazy, it's unreasonable, you know, and from an entertainment perspective, it's perfectly sensible, but from a real street fight perspective, you gotta look at that and say, no, homeboy had him down, he was controlling the situation. So it's a little frustrating because you're like, man, he was winning, and then guy got up through 1, 2, boom, and landed it, but then again, that's the game we play. It's a reminder for all of us to think, wow, you know, how the outside intervention can make a huge difference in a situation like this.
And it did, and I remember Hidon said one time, well, how come if the fight is boring when they're standing, they don't lie them down, which is the exact opposite.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I love that question because we've all seen fights where they stand up and they're running away. They should say, stop, lie down.
You, mount on you, or you get in his guard, let's go, ground and pound.
Yeah, you know, so.
That's a good point,
yeah,
bro.
I mean, he has a lot of good points.
There you go, you guys. So the winner of the last Gracie giveaway was a kid named Kevin Filbey from Germany. This kid asked for the HG100 Limited Edition Gi. He got it, okay? So we're gonna send that to him in Germany. And just so you guys know, we're on the last batch of HG100. This is it. Once these are gone, they're gone forever. We made them last year for my grandfather's 100th birthday anniversary, and we've sold them for a year. And this is the last batch, and once they're out the door, we'll never have it again. So just, if you got one, put it in a freaking box somewhere, save it, and sell it on eBay 10 years from now and make a couple G's or something, you know, because they'll be worth something for sure. They're not making them anymore. The next Gracie giveaway, you guys, Combat X Trainer. Some of you may have heard of this, some of you may have not. Grappling dummies, we talk about Bubba, there's all kinds of maybe amazing dummies out there. And Bubba and other dummies are great with long limbs for submissions, but there is no submission without proper position. And the Combat X Trainer is what will do that for you. Combat X Trainer, my friends, this is the latest addition to the Gracie store. We saw it, the inventor came to California, showed it to me, I loved it. And basically, its ability to be able to practice how to put pressure on someone because, and yeah, it's amazing because it has these limbs right here. And these are not designed for submissions, but they are designed, for example, you're here on top, side control, you have the underhook, you have the neck control crossface, you can jump up, knee on belly, you can switch knee on belly the other side, you can snap him down, do a front headlock right here, turn the corner around the world, boom, he comes back into you, let's say he turns in, from here, let's say he puts me in the guard, I'm here, butterfly guard. Okay, from here we have different options. We can kind of, boom, pass around, pressure, jump, knee on belly, switch, making sure your foot is on top of his hip, making sure this forearm is blocking his outside bicep, underhook, knee slide right here to pass, boom. Come here, crucifix, control north-south. From north-south, he rolls into you. Pressure, this ability to always have pressure on someone here. He rolls back, puts me in the guard right here. Boom, from guard, step over to half guard, from half guard leg lace, all the way through, boom, control the net, boom, then flatten it back out for side control, jump back up, knee on belly. So it's hard enough to balance on a ball like this, but to have the limbs is really what it's all about. It teaches you the underhooks, teaches you how to work relative to this. So, Mike, lay down, please. So just so you guys can see the comparison there, knee on belly, the ability to balance, switch, push me around a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. He comes forward, snap down, block, come around, clear the head, come all the way around, tip him back over, put me in the guard, butterfly guard. So we're here in butterfly guard. Okay, the ability to pass around, get around his knee right here, jump back up, knee on belly, underhook the outside arm, come back, put me in the guard again. Boom, from here, stepping over. 1, half guard, back up, leg lace, pin the leg down, boom, pick him back up, underhook, control. So the flowing ability on top of someone is made so much easier if you have the chance to flow with the CXT. And there are so many people who, Henner, I don't have a grappling partner, I don't have a buddy, I'm on Gracie University, I don't know what to do. Well, for submissions, you need limbs, right? It's hard to, what are we gonna do here? It's hard. Can't break this, it's tough. I've tried to triangle him before, but he's the equivalent of like maybe a 650-pound guy. So all you can get is triangle setup. The moral of the story is, it's not designed for submission, it's designed for control and pressure. And the ability for something to be moving unstable underneath you like a person, and you try to stay on top no matter what, right? Because people when they get this for the first time I've seen, and they do like, let's say like side control, and they don't have the ability like this. They don't understand how to center their balance on something and be able to, boom, just be able to maintain something on something, you know what I'm saying? This is not a normal, but you can learn all of this ability. With the hooks. Are you following me over here or what? Are we moving or what?
He's flowing.
What's that?
I said you're flowing.
There you go. So you have the hooks in, you can follow back up. This ability to, the most important aspect, knee slice. Look, boom, underhooks, pressure, jump, knee on belly. Boom, front headlock, snap down, lock the tricep, turn the corner, throw the hooks in, roll, over, under. I love that one. So, there you have it.
It's great.
I want to give one of those away.
Yeah, it's great because you know what's funny is that sometimes when you do drills like this, you realize how little you know because you'll do like one route 1,000 times and you'll be like, oh, that's all I really know. But when you have somebody to play with,
and you can be super creative with it. And when you get the CXT, it comes with a DVD, beginner, intermediate, advanced. Beginner, positions. Intermediate, positions and one connection. Advanced, basically breakdancing on the ball. So if you want to learn breakdancing ball control skills, CXT is the way to go. We're giving away one of these, okay? So this or any item you want from the Gracie store, let us know. For 5 more days, because of the holidays right now, free shipping on all orders over 50 bucks. Go there, choose any item you want, put a comment in the video section below. If you want one of those, let me know. If you want anything else, let me know as well. We'll announce the winner in the next Gracie breakdown. Much respect, you guys. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. Thank you, bro, for being here.
Thank you.
Most importantly, check this guy out, flowfit.com.
Yeah.
This is his most recent fitness project. He worked with Flo Rida on this new fitness series, and Mike was the main consultant slash, creative genius behind the actual entire series. So check out the website. Sick program for fitness, for at home. Anybody can do it. Tell them a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's a fun just way to exercise your body. It doesn't require any type of heavy equipment, primarily body weight, conditioning, and it helps you not only focus on the calisthenic approach, meaning your body weight movement, but it's good for the vanity, so you can feel the rash guard a little bit or your t-shirt. So it's just a fun, healthy way to exercise. And Flo Rida, he's obviously the main star there, so you get to exercise with him and feel him out a little bit. He's a great person, and you guys, if you don't already love him, you'll learn to love him.
That's it, you guys. Check it out, flowfit.com. Much respect, you guys. We're out of here. Time for some acai or what?
Yeah.
Acai roots. Respect. Dude, you guys, we almost forgot to freaking tell you guys. The entire world has already heard, but our good friend, training partner, and student here at the Gracie Academy, CM Punk, has officially been signed to the UFC. They announced it at UFC 181. And a lot of people have been asking me, what's going on? What's my deal? What's my thing? Well, here's the deal. CM Punk has been training with us here at the Academy for several years now, on and off with jiu-jitsu. He obviously lives in Chicago, so it's hard for him to get here as often as he'd like. But man, this is the kind of guy, and the more you get to know CM Punk, the more you understand, this is the kind of guy who literally will do something only because people say he can't or shouldn't do it. And this is, without a question, the biggest challenge and will be the most difficult endeavor and task of his entire life. I know that based on dealing with other professionals and other fighters, and the crazy part is I know that he knows that. And that's pretty much the reason why he's doing it. This guy is the kind of guy who wants to do it, wants to climb the mountain that you say you can't climb. And I know that, whatever happens, he's going to be training 100% and dedicating fully in the time that he has to get ready for this. It's a personal challenge 100% for him. and have no doubt that my brothers, myself, will be there with him every step of the way, and support him in his personal journey. So can't wait to see what happens, and maybe look forward to seeing him next year, if not soon thereafter. Much respect, good luck to CM Punk, and congratulations, bro, on taking such a big step.